one season wonders, cult heroes, silky skills. Here is the ultimate Premier League Streets Won't Forget 11.
Evening, Tate.
Evening, Jack, you alright?
Yeah, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Bit bored over the weekend because no international football to talk about. Well, no football to talk about, should I say.
International break, so Premier League and what we normally talk about is gone.
But we have a special episode tonight, and it is, with the special episode, we have a special guest.
Of course.
Welcome, James Griff.
Hello, boys. How are we?
Welcome, mate. You alright?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yourselves?
Yeah,
all good. How was your debut at Fun in the Bunker?
Took a bit longer than I thought it was going to. But,
I saw you in the middle of the road, hazards on.
Yeah.
Waving him down like, you're safe in it.
Is it what you thought it looked like?
It's more.
Everything and more.
Yeah. No, it was all good. I was quite happy with it.
No,
it was nice, comfy.
Great to have you here, Griff. Great to have you here. And like all guests, he has brought a beer.
Yes, yep. Like as Tate says, we asked the guests to bring a drink. Griff, do you want to let everyone know what you brought?
Yeah, so you normally get it at your curry house. So we got a Cobra this evening.
Nice big old bottle of Cobra. Pretty good. It's cold, which is always a good start. Jake, next time, make sure they're cold. Do you want to rate them now, Tay, or do you want to give it a bit and come back to it?
Give it a bit when I'm probably pissed at the
end. But no, we've got Cobras, Griffs here. We're ready to go.
Perfect. And like all guests, we always start with the quick fire questions. So, James, are you ready?
Always.
Would you like listeners to refer to you as James or Griff?
I think most of the listeners know me as Griff, so got to stick with the fans, haven't we?
Yeah, keep them happy.
With that in mind, what is your full name?
Oh no. My full name is James Robert Harry Griffiths.
Oh, nice. And your age?
25.
There's a pause there.
Yeah. Still feel like I'm 17.
Job?
So I'm a data and calculations analyst for a pensions company.
Very nice. The football team you support?
The Mighty Gunners.
You had a look at your notes then. I was wondering what you're looking at. Your favourite Arsenal player of all time?
I'll still go for Omri. Saka's getting there, but still Omri.
Your favourite non-Arsenal player of all time?
Messi, I'd probably still go for. Love him. Go to war for him.
Yeah,
the GOAT.
Your go-to beer?
I'm gonna go for a Guinness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of those loyal listeners out there, they all know that Griff is the one that asks some of these silly questions we get.
Yeah, actually, let's throw one back at you.
Sometimes. So I've got one for him. Got one for Griff this time. Would you rather never use deodorant ever again, or never be able to use toothpaste?
Both rotten.
Never use deodorant, I reckon.
Yeah.
Over time.
I think you got to brush your teeth. That's bad news.
Yeah. Forget both times anyway. So.
And finally, loyal or unloyal?
Loyal, of course.
If you're listening, Leah. There we go.
Perfect. Right, so this week's show is slightly different. We're going to do a Streets Won't Forget 11. If any listeners don't know what a Streets Won't Forget quote-unquote player is, we do have some rules for this episode.
Yep.
Basically, if you've been a one-season wonder, bit of a cult hero, got some good skills, bit of a Premier League legend to a certain extent, with an asterisk next to your name for doing something. Maybe you were good for a year and then you went off the map completely.
Yeah.
Or
they're not quite... People listening will be like, "Whoa, what are you talking about?" Like, we'll say some players, and you'll be like, "What are you talking about? He's absolute rubbish." But yeah, exactly what Tate's saying. But they're not like a Harry Kane now, or even a Lampard, whatever. Thierry Henry, they're obviously legends of the league. But this one's a bit underrated players, and throw some names out there and have a good old discussion about it.
So we've done just Premier League players only, and we've picked a 4-4-2 formation to go in.
Yeah.
How it will work is we'll go for the goalkeeper first. Each one of us will say their goalkeeper and their reasons why. And at the end, we'll then decide which one of those three get into our team. And we'll have a full 11. with a manager
Yeah,
and a kit.
Possibly a kit, yeah.
And possibly a stadium at
Maybe,
the end.
yeah, if we remember, a little stadium might be thrown in there as well. So
Perfect.
don't listen and get the ump when we don't say a certain player and all the rest of it. It's our opinions. It is what it is. Just, hopefully you enjoy it and you might have enjoyed him.
Yeah, so in part 1 we'll have the goalkeepers and the defence, and in part 2 we'll have the midfield and attack.
Griff, as a guest, do you want to kick us off with the goalkeeper?
Yeah, so I was stuck between two in the end. A bit rogue, but I'm going for specifically for this team as well, because he's had 2 stints in the Prem. I'm going for Middlesbrough, Victor Valdez.
Oh, curveball.
Yeah. I remember when he signed, and I was like, he's going, well, because he went to United first, didn't he? And obviously didn't play much there. I think he had like 2 appearances or something like that. And then remember seeing him go to Middlesbrough. I mean, it's a bit up in the air because they got relegated that year, but he got 9 sheets in 28 games, so...
I do remember him. It was Mourinho's former assistant, wasn't it, who signed him?
Yeah.
I don't know, the tall guy, weren't he? Tall with bushy hair.
Yeah. He had a weird old group of players, and Victor Valdez was one of them.
Yeah.
Good goalie, though. Very good goalie.
Yeah.
Tell you who's your pick?
I was between 2, but just as Griff was speaking, I thought of a third one, which I wrote down, which I'm not going to... I've gone for Antti Niemi.
Oh,
nice.
For example, for some of these positions, I'll just interject that I've got, for example, the goalies, I've got 1 pick and then a couple mentions.
Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah.
I've not got this for all positions, but every now and then I've done that. And for example, goalies, you've mentioned him, Antti Niemi. I've got him in my mentions, so go on, take it away.
A lot of my team, there's a theme in my team of its early to mid 2000 team, because that was the era that I was following football from then and really could remember these players, and it was the first time just seeing all these players, and they all hold a special memory in my head somewhere, whether it's got me in a sticker book or watching the same Arsenal DVD 1,000 times and seeing him. But he had the classic bleached blonde hair, the spikes, but even an acrobatic goalkeeper. And also, he is part of one of the funniest TalkSport calls ever about him.
Yes.
For those that don't know, it was a Scottish man rang up TalkSport and he was moaning about me, who's the Scottish manager?
McLeish,
McLeish, Alex McLeish, that's the one, why has he never picked Antti Niemi for Scotland?
Yeah.
And it was McCoist replying back. No, it might have been Gordon Strachan, one of the two, I remember. And he's just said, he's Finnish. And he was like, he's not Finnish, he's only 28. He was like, no, he's not Scottish. and the caller was like, oh, is he? He was like, yeah, that's why he hasn't been picked.
No, it's good. I've got, like I said, Niemi in my mentions. He actually nearly scored for Southampton as well. Last minute, he smacked the bar and someone turned it in. And that's why I've got Niemi nearly scored a goal for Southampton. But my solo pick, if you like, the one I want to put forward is Jussi Jääskeläinen. For a start, his name's Jussi Jääskeläinen, so it's a joke of a name. Over 430 Premier League appearances, 110 clean sheets. His best season was 15 clean sheets for Bolton in 05-06 when they finished 8th. And he obviously, he's a very good goalie, but he played for Bolton when they were that golden era, like Sam Allardyce, Juve, Kevin Davis, all these sort of like, you didn't want to play Bolton basically, and then he went to West Ham or played West Ham at some point. But yeah, Jääskeläinen for me, he used to wear like, not a 3/4 length shirt, but like short sleeves, but not long sleeves. Yeah, exactly. Like just a weird weird kit, and was obviously a very good goalie. But yeah, that's my nomination.
Can I ask you what your other goalkeepers were?
I've got mentioned, like I said, Niemi, and then I've actually got Shay Given as another mention, because obviously he was Newcastle mainly, and he was obviously a very good goalie. Sounds stupid, but Wayne Rooney scored that joke of a volley against him. I always remember him flapping that. And also put here, when I would play in the garden with my brother, if we played goalies, I was always Shay Given. I used to just love him, like, had a weird obsession. I was rubbish in goal. I'm still rubbish in goal, but yeah, I just had a weird obsession with him. So yeah, Shay Given, Niemi, and then Jääskeläinen.
Yeah, my other two were Fabian Barthez.
Yeah.
But it may be a bit too good to be streets.
Yeah.
And the other one was Julian Speroni.
Yeah. Who's the one that Palace with the
baggy shorts?
Suit?
Yeah,
I can't remember his name though. It wasn't Speroni.
Yeah, it wasn't Speroni, but it was.
Yeah, I can't remember. But No, some good shouts there.
Yeah.
You just got Valdez, have you?
No, I got. I went for Tim Howard as well.
Yeah.
Like it. Tourette's.
Tourette's Tim.
The only reason he didn't get it is because he's a bit annoying, isn't he, on TV? Like I just.
Do you remember at United?
Yeah.
It's so random he played for United.
Yeah, and the Roy Carroll as well, didn't they? Oh.
Carroll
I like it. Howard's good.
Carroll's always won his.
Carroll could be
Spurs.
on
Yeah, Mendes from the halfway line. Never forget. But I was going to go with American. I was going to go Casey Keller from Spurs, but he was just awful. Like,
He was just crap.
He wasn't quite good enough even to get into this side. So yeah, Tim Howard's a great shout.
Yeah.
I'm happy to, because obviously, like we said, we're going to go with majority. Niami's a bit of a cult hero, I think, as well, and just for that talk sport conversation, I think I'm happy to go with Niami, but yeah.
The reason I didn't pick Niami was because I was sure one of you was going to say about he's only 28 bit as well.
Yeah. So I think, to be fair, I mean, like I said, Yasko top goalie and Valdez good shout, but I'm happy to stick with Niami.
Yes, I'm happy to pick Niami because I think that Bolton team you mentioned will be reoccurring.
Yeah.
Will be reoccurring again.
To be fair, you could have that whole 11 for Bolton.
I've got the whole picture of the 11 on the back sheet.
They're all
to run through
a
later
joke,
on.
So let's
lock him in.
Let's lock in Niami, and that's where we can come back to this. And there might be certain positions we change, or whatever. So Niami's locked in, I think.
Anthony Niami locked in. Right. As you finish, Jack, do you want to start with your right back?
Yeah. This time I've only got the one player, and he's still a player. He's still playing currently in the Prem under my man Sean Dyche, and that's Seamus Coleman as a Streets Won't Forget right back. 349 Prem appearances currently, still continuing. He joined Everton in 2009 for £60,000. That alone, he should be in the team. And he's just become.
That's
like
a week's salary, isn't it?
Ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, he's not a £40 million right back, but in his prime, he was probably
was
10, 15, like a few years back, I reckon.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like we said, become an Everton hero, bit of a legend within Everton, and he's still playing today with Dyche, and Dyche has sort of lent on him slightly. So I think Seamus Coleman for me.
Yeah. My right back I've gone for is Julien Faubert from West Ham. Famous or infamous, shall we say? Got signed from West Ham from Bordeaux in 2007 after West Ham were in the Premier League. But after 18 months and 32 appearances, his agent somehow got him a move to Real Madrid.
Yeah, I remember. I remember the photos. Yeah,
he signed on deadline day of February 2009, and he made his debut in a 1-0 win versus Racing de Santander.
Yeah.
He only ever made 2 appearances for the club, and then was.
I've nearly thrown Cobra all over my laptop.
And then returned to and then returned to West Ham and played a total of 121 appearances, scoring twice and winning the playoffs in his final year of the club.
Love it.
And also he managed to get 1 cap for France.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bloody hell. That's ridiculous.
But yeah, he was my one and only right back. Go
on, Griff. You go ahead.
I was just going to say, how do you think that negotiation went? Like from West Ham?
We want Faubert,
Yeah.
First of all, West Ham received a call from Madrid, which is a joke anyway.
Yeah.
And then they want Faubert. Yeah, so true.
Don't quote me on this. I should have done my research a bit better, but I think it was Juande Ramos. Maybe you signed him. Was you at that time, 2009?
He was at.
I know he went to Real Madrid and signed some weird players.
Juande Ramos was the manager of Real Madrid.
Yeah, after he left you.
I'm looking right now. I believe you.
I could be completely wrong, but I'm 90% sure after he left you, he went to Real Madrid. Have a look.
I'm looking right now. Yeah, 1 sec.
After he won the Carling Cup, didn't he?
Oh, he did. What?
Yeah. What year was it?
Yeah. 2007, 2008 with Spurs, and then 2008, 09 to Madrid.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, I thought he was the one who signed him. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
He must have made an impression against Spurs.
Oh, he's obviously a great manager. He unearthed a talent. That's good.
Unearthed the talent in Julien Faubert.
Yeah. Go on, Griff. Who's your nomination?
So I also had Coleman.
Great shout.
But yeah, we'll get into why I picked him as well. But a different one. I'm gonna go for Brett Emerton. Do you remember him?
Yes.
Yes.
Was he
The Aussie.
Aussie, yeah.
Was he Everton? No.
He was Blackburn.
Blackburn.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
So I can't remember what year it was, but it was
Yes.
the second top assister. It's a bit.
That's some good research there.
That's it.
I mean, I
Huge
think he
stat,
only got like
huge
12,
stat.
so I don't think it was anything too great.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also it's a bit of a dodgy one with that because he was a right midfielder as well. So
Played a bit of both.
yeah,
Don't mind though. And you had Coleman though. Go on. Why Coleman? Similar reasons or?
yeah. I mean, it makes sense with the left back I've picked.
Oh, I already know who this left back is.
Yeah, so I feel like if you have one, you've got to have the other. So,
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Your goat.
Also, I haven't put anyone else for the left back.
Yeah, I've only got one left back as well. So, like I said, Coleman. I think it's if I say so myself, a good choice. Like I said,
We've got 2 votes. We had 2 people.
Yeah. We're gonna go with Coleman.
I'm happy to
Yeah.
lock him in.
We can pencil him in.
Yeah,
and we'll
yeah.
come back to it.
Let me just
Griff
jot
or
his
Tate,
name.
do you want to start us off on your centre backs?
Yes. So,
I sent the back.
which one do I want to go first, left or right?
I've just gone for 2. Don't.
No, I've gone
yeah.
off. Which one do I want to talk about
Oh,
first?
sorry, go on. Yeah, for me,
I'll start here. I've gone for the big Norwegian, Breda Hangeland.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool.
I had a look and he kept popping up, but no, it's good option.
Signed for Fulham in 2007, played over 200 Premier League games, and in the 2010-11 season scored 6 goals. And I remember him just being like he was linked with every top 6 club. He was like, oh, he's the new Vidic.
Yeah,
Arsenal need him. Arsenal are weak and but he's what they need. Or I think obviously Spurs were touted around at the time. I think Liverpool even tried to get him at some stage, but he was part of that. I think he's part of the Fulham team that went all the way to the Europa League final.
He was.
Yeah.
And he was just a bit of a. He only had like 2 really good seasons, and then he was a bit crap, and he went to Palace and was rubbish. But that's why you're a Streets player.
Yeah.
And he was like
But the Streets
about
went for
12 foot tall as well.
6'6" he was. Yeah.
He was a giant, and he used to crane his neck 'cause he was so tall.
Yeah.
No, I like it. We'll
That's a
do.
good
I
one.
think centre backs do 1 each, and then maybe just see where we are and go from there. But Griff, go on.
Chris Samba.
Chris Samba as a centre half
Yeah,
or a striker?
or
It depends if you let him in now.
the-
You might have to come back to him if not.
yeah, just keep saying it every
yeah.
Chris Samba. No, Chris Samba.
But I looked and I just checked his Wikipedia, and he's not that old. Like, he could still be playing. I think he's only like 38 or something. I think it was. And I thought he was like coming up to his 50s or something. Like, it
Yeah,
feels
must
like
be, yeah,
ages
yeah.
ago.
He probably is, but you never know.
Yeah.
No, it's
So
good.
Samba started at Blackburn, didn't
Yeah.
he? And then he got sold to Annecy,
Yeah, he went to.
and
when
then
they had
QPR
loads of
got
money,
him, and then he went back to Annecy again, didn't he?
Yeah, he went. Yeah, exactly. They had like loads of money at some point, didn't they? They just
Mm.
basically folded. Like,
Mm.
yeah, Samba was at QPR when they were god awful. Was it Redknapp at QPR?
It could have been when he just was signing horrific
all
players.
sorts of players.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had Julio Cesar in goal, and yeah,
He'd have been a good one.
Yeah,
he would have been.
completely forgot.
And who's the centre? Granero.
Yeah,
Spanish.
Esteban Granero
Yeah.
from Madrid.
Weird old team, but no, I like it. I like Samba. I'll follow Chris Samba and a very similar player in Joseph Yobo.
Oh, I like that.
Over 200 appearances for Everton between 2002 and 2012. Part of that David Moyes era at Everton where he was a joke. I think they finished 5th as the highest with
Fourth.
Moyes.
Fourth, yeah.
And they were just like the best of the rest, weren't they, at the time? And yeah, everyone feared going to Everton, and Joseph Yobo was part. There's a few other players we might get to that are part of that team, but yeah, he was just quick, strong, a huge athletic centre back.
Yeah.
Joseph Yobo for me.
Do you know one thing about Joseph Yobo? This has nothing to do with his actual footballing ability, but I think it was FIFA 2013, maybe 2012. Whatever you did, wherever you were, you could slide tackle anyone with Yobo and like take him out last man. There was a glitch in the game that he couldn't be sent off.
He's too good.
He just couldn't. You could not send this guy off. I mean, we used to do drinking games
Yeah.
to try and get Joseph Yobo sent off, but you couldn't get him sent off.
He's a monster when he was a beast. And him and Distamp.
Yeah, we're very good.
Yeah.
We could have an all Everton back four potentially,
yeah.
couldn't we?
So do you want to lock one in now, or go to do the other ones and then pick a two?
I don't mind. Like we can. I'd say that. Yeah, let's vote between one of those and then pick the other one and go from there. So we've got Samba, Yobo, and who's yours?
Hangeland, yeah.
Hangeling.
I really like
dunno.
Yobo, but I
do
don't
like
want
the
too many
idea.
Everton players.
Yeah,
so that's
Yeah.
I like the idea of Yobo, but because we've got Coleman in there.
I like Samba because Samba was
Same
fucking
reason,
class.
yeah.
And I think with Samba, depending on what other players we picked, I mean, I don't think this team's going to get into the top 4 or anything like that.
I don't think they're challenging Europe, no.
Yeah, I mean, like, with the wide players that I've looked at, it'd be good to have someone to cross the ball.
Yeah.
So
Samba would be lethal from set
and
pieces.
My
And
next
to
centre
be
half,
fair,
my next centre half, Samba would be unbelievable next to.
So if you're happy to concede, I mean, Haglan's 8 foot tall anyway, but
I'm happy. I'd like Samba because he's also a goal scorer. But if you're a centre back, you then get to play up front for a couple of
so
seconds.
true. Exactly, you can put 3 in the back. Samba goes up front, so I'm happy to keep Samba in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should have done David James. He could play on pitch as well, can't he?
Been there and done it.
Right, should we move on to our second centre half?
Yeah, I'll start. I've gone Alex, the Brazilian from Chelsea.
Yeah, I got the same.
Takes nodding
I
away
got the same.
like a happy little dog. Alex. He was actually at Chelsea from 2004 2012, but didn't start playing for Chelsea until 2007 because of work permits or some rubbish. So he's loaned out to PSV for a couple of years, but you just can't ignore the bloke. The free kicks.
Yeah.
He scored 1 against Liverpool, Champions League. I think 1 against Arsenal in the league. And just thunderbolts. Like if it was a work, I'm not sure who was in a team, but like Lampard didn't take it, Drogba didn't take it. Alex step up, just thump it, and usually miss a target, but he scored a couple. They won the league that year as well, didn't
2009, 2010, yeah, they won the league.
Yeah, number 33, Alex, big bald Brazilian.
Yes, exactly what I've got. I put the big Brazilian trademark rocket free kicks, bit of Brazilian flair.
Yeah.
86 Premier League games, won the Premier League 2009-10. A great partnership with Terry, and like you said, he was signed for Chelsea, but he couldn't play for 3 years because of work permit issues. If you ask any PSV fan who their like dream centre half is, it's Alex.
Really?
He's his absolute cult hero.
Oh, really?
There.
I didn't even know if he. I mean,
he's like
was he even that good?
He was really good.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's a legend there. He scored a famous goal against Arsenal, knocked him out of the Champions League.
Yeah.
But he's an absolute like top draw. Him and Aurelio Gomez are like kings over there. Yeah. Because they've got like a what's the word I'm looking for? Affinity.
Feeder or like
an affinity
with
with Brazilian players. A lot of Brazilian players go there. But Alex.
Yeah, he's up there. And he used to wear like old school boots as well at the time. Obviously, 2009, Nike Saint Rubbers, and he was a beast, wasn't he? He was a beast.
Number 33 as well, wasn't he?
Yeah,
always quite a nice number for a left centre.
Yeah, I like it. Who you got, Griff?
So I was actually quite torn between who I was going to go for between these two. So I've gone for Vermaelen or Robert Huth.
Robert Huth.
Great shout. Robert Huth, because he's won the Prem 4 times. Like, which is mad.
4 times.
There's 2 different, like obviously Leicester, and then I think it was 3 times for Chelsea. He won it.
And he's a bit.
He's Russian, isn't he?
No, Huth, German.
Yeah.
Is he?
Big old German.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Apologies.
And also for his time at Stoke.
Yeah. Huth and Shawcross, 2 fucking meatheads, like just lump everything. I like Huth. Vermaelen as well. I don't know. He was like good for like a year or 2 at Arsenal.
Yeah, he felt like
he sort of fell off a bit.
Yeah,
but
that
felt
first
like at
year,
one point, he just scored every game, didn't he?
Yeah.
A fantasy god. Fact is 2 against 1 on that one. I think Alex gets the nod.
Alex and Samba.
Oh, imagine 2 monsters at the back. Oh, bit of a
completely
lethal.
forgot about him. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
A bit of a lethal combination.
Because I can't remember who it was yesterday, but I was flicking through some players and I actually saw Alex and I was like, he has to. I just crossed out whoever I had.
Yeah.
But I think I had Lucas Radaby from Leeds.
Yeah.
I was like, no, Alex is getting in there now.
But the fact, he scored a couple goals. He won the league in 2009, 2010. Just
the first Premier League player in our Premier League winner in our squad, isn't it, so far?
True, yeah. Who do a goalie went for Niami?
Niami, yeah.
James Coleman, Samba and Alex. Left back. Start us off, Griff.
The one, the only. Leighton Baines.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I just think he's great. I don't know what it is about him. I think as well, because at the time, I really disliked Ashley Cole, obviously.
Yeah.
So he went over and stuff, so... And I remember when he got picked over Cole for the World Cup team, I think it was.
Buzzing.
And I was just like, I was like, you deserve that, you know?
And he was always one of those that, like you said about Hanglang earlier, that Arsenal might be interested, or whoever, Chelsea, United, there was like sniffing around, but never really happened, did it, with Baines? Not that I used to base my game on him, that's wrong, but free kicks and set
free
pieces,
kicks.
and corners, whatever. Leighton Baines, what a guy!
Classic mod haircut as well.
Yeah, he was. Just didn't look like a footballer, but his left foot was ridiculous.
Loved a penny as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
Isn't he the top goal scoring defender of all time?
Possibly.
In the Premier League?
Is he? Yeah, Griff's got that stat, has he?
Yeah.
I don't know if he was definitely.
He was the assister, wasn't he? Until Robertson overtook him, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Trent might be past him now.
But again, Everton had a little spell. Like Leighton Baines probably or I think he must have played with Yovo, didn't he? But he was a bit later with like Pinar cutting in, like whipping into Tim Cahill, big old headers. Like they had a good old mix, didn't they? And they had like Hibbert right back or Seamus Coleman. What a combo!
Yeah,
I like it.
Like you've done with your fullbacks, I've got a theme down my left side. So, but my left back, I don't know if you two can remember him from 2000. It was early 2000s again. Olivier Bernard played for Newcastle, French international, and he was. One of his like Premier League highlights is getting knocked out by Laurent Robert when he cleared the ball away at Leicester, thumped it in his face.
I've seen that, but I wouldn't know that. That's Bernard, 100
games for Newcastle, 6 goals, and did score some absolute bangers. I remember going to Highbury and we won 3-2, and he scored, and he was just like an absolute rocket up and down that left-hand side. He's one of them classic defenders who just 100%, 110% going forward. 25% coming back.
But he played left back anyway.
I just remember that era. I just loved like players like that.
Yeah. I like it. I've similar style to Griff, but I've gone for a goal scoring left back and a bit older to be fair. But Ian Hart from Leeds. I don't know if you have any idea who that is, but yeah, from Leeds from 96 to 2004. Just a classic left back. Like had that. He wasn't quick, but he could ping a ball, took free kicks, scored free kicks, penalties. He scored huge goals for Leeds in UEFA Cup and Champions League runs. Scored a few Premier League goals. Obviously I don't really remember him. I was far too young. But when you see things of him and videos or whatever, his free kicks were very good. So
Irish, wasn't he?
He was Irish, yeah. And then I think he not fell off, but like went to random clubs and didn't quite stay at that level. But yeah, Ian Hart for me. But I'm happy with Baines, to be fair.
I remember him scoring a free kick at Highbury against Arsenal early 2000s. I think might have been the year we won the league, 2001, 2002. But because he was a bit like the early era Baines, wasn't he? That sort of player.
He didn't have the pace, but was very good.
Like you just mentioned, though, I'm happy to put Leighton in, Griff's goat.
Yeah, I've always loved Leighton Baines as well. So although I've broke down Hart, I'm happy with Baines. But
I'm happy with Baines.
Yeah.
I probably
locked in.
I would have kicked up a fuss if we didn't. So it's good we've gone for that.
It's been quite a comfortable decision so far, isn't it?
Baines, right? We're 27 minutes in.
Yeah. Little break.
We have a quick break. We've done this, so let's just do a quick roundup of the defence and goalkeeper, and then we'll come back and do the midfield and attack.
Yep.
So in goal, we all decided Anthony Niemi.
Yep, Niemi.
Right back, Seamus Coleman. Centre halves of Chris Samba and Alex. That is, who do you reckon could weights more?
I think Alex is a joke. I reckon he's because he's obviously tall, but
a bit stockier, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a bit more of a lump. So
as wide as he was tall, wasn't he?
And Samba, like we said, he's actually a bit of a cheese. Got 2 positions in him. So
and then Leighton Baines to finish us off left back. Right, we'll have a quick break and we'll be back with the midfield and attack.
Hello listeners, it's former England and Premier League player Matt Jarvis here. Hope you're enjoying the episode so far. Remember to support the podcast by sharing with your friends and family and leaving that 5-star review. Now come on you Irons and stay loyal.
Gonna move into the midfield now. Just gonna go straight into it and thinking about it now. This player, if he's chosen, would fit very nicely in our team currently. And my right midfielder of choice is Hatem Ben Arfa.
Nice.
I think speaks for yourself really. And every time you look at this sort of topic, and he always gets mentioned, he's sort of one of the main players that starts this conversation. And I was sort of hoping one of you might have mentioned him, but I don't know. So yeah, basically Ben Arfa, little left-footed Frenchman, cutting inside, loads of skills, scored a few good goals, didn't he? What was that one? The long run at home to
Bolton.
He basically just ran the length of the pitch.
Nutmeg like a player without touching the ball, didn't he?
Yeah. So yeah, Hatem Ben Arfa for me.
No, I thought someone would have him in, so I purposely didn't touch him
Yeah.
because I thought someone would have him. Like you say, he's always he's synonymous
Yes.
with
Great word.
the streets won't forget
Yeah,
tag.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Right midfield, I've jotted down a few. I'll wait till Griff tells me his before I say the other ones. But the one I decided to pick for is my first entry from the famous Bolton team.
Oh.
Is Stelios Yiannakopoulos.
Great name as well. Huge.
About 5'5", pacey, bold, and he's part of that iconic Bolton Sam Allardyce team.
I thought you said that iconic bold 11. Like this team of bold men.
5 seasons at the Reebok, 137 games, 20 goals, part of the 2004 Greece winning team.
Oh, huge.
And I've put he loved to go against a big team. He scored against Liverpool United. He's definitely scored a couple of winners against Arsenal. I remember him. Well, Matt Thomasby probably lost there, and every time he scored, he'd have the I feel good. That whole stadium was just
we used to get battered at Bolton.
It was such a vibe.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal would always play there on a wet, cold night, so it'd
Yeah.
always work out like that. And it was always Sam Allardyce would get right up. Even the Invincibles didn't even win there.
Yeah.
Um,
They're probably like the original Stoke. Like, you
Yeah.
need to go cold Tuesday night at Stoke, but Bolton, like they were actually quite good, and you hated going there. So
yeah, I put Stelios in.
Stelios sounds like he loves a beer as well.
Have I had any? I'm gonna go for Delap. I didn't really know
Controversial.
where he played, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. I'm purely doing this on the throw alone. I'll be honest. At first, I thought he was a right back, and then I remembered he was a midfielder, but I don't know if he was right midfield or central midfield. I'm purely putting him in for Samba and Alex.
That's
So
true.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Elite delivery.
And to be fair, I've actually got Delap in. I'll jump ahead, but I've put him down as my centre midfielder.
Yeah.
And similar to you, it just said absurd throw-ins.
Yeah.
It wasn't particularly good, but yeah, he's part of that notorious Stoke side that were in the Prem for a number of years. Their first season back, I think the first 13 goals, he got 7 assists, all from throw-ins. Yeah, he's just a ridiculous throw-in. He's just caused chaos. So yeah, I've got him in centre field, but no, great shout.
Yeah, he was like.
No, I really like that.
It was the main reason, wasn't he, that they were what they were.
Yeah.
To be honest, they didn't really do anything.
Like
about it.
I said, he weren't particularly good, but
No.
yeah, his throw-ins caused chaos. So
My other player was an ex-Stoke player.
go on.
A completely different player to Rory Delap. Bojan.
Oh yeah, he just
Oh,
retired,
yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah, I saw that.
Topical.
Bojan. And then I did have Ricardo Quaresma, but he was crap at Chelsea.
Yeah, he didn't really.
But he was, if you were doing an all-time 11, he could
Yeah.
get in there.
Yeah.
And the other one I had was you might have him on the left or up front, but Landon Donovan.
I almost put him in mine.
Donovan on he was a classic January loan.
Yeah,
really.
he was a little. He loved.
Yeah.
Didn't he do it 2 years in a row? or something? Yeah.
The only
Weirdo.
reason I didn't do him was I think he had 16 appearances but only 2 goals. I'm like, we need more from
Yeah.
him. He had quite a few assists, I
Yeah.
think, but
Yeah, that's a
they
good
loved
shout.
him. I'm happy to put Delap in.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna.
Or do we wait for centre mids? Like,
No, I reckon you've got plenty for centre mid. So, I mean, I had Ben Arthur, but we can go a bit different. I'm happy with Delap if he gets in with a throw. Like you said, our team with Alex and Samba,
Delap.
just a ridiculous combo.
I like it's a bit different because, like you said, we have Ben Arthur as always, but
Yeah,
He's-
Roy Delap.
but that's the thing about this. Like, you can't do. How do you describe streets? Ben Arthur and Delap
Yeah.
are both streets, but
Yeah.
both for completely
Totally
different reasons.
other end of the spectrum. But I'd say now, thinking about it, is that when you think of the Premier League, for some weird, obscure reason, obviously because it's foreign, but you think of Delap. Like,
yeah.
not like I said, not particularly any good, but yeah, Delap does come into your thought process, probably behind lots of other players. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy with Rory.
When you think about it, before like he was on the scene, do you remember seeing a long throw? Like, I
No.
don't remember it at all. Like,
He wasn't part of the game, was it? And
No.
then suddenly, yeah,
No,
it was
it's
like
all the
basically a free ball into the box, wasn't it? It was like
Yeah.
basically a free kick again. So yeah, I like it. Delap, you're in.
Perfect. Are we going to go across the midfield or go out to the other wing?
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, let's do that. Centre mid. Start with centre mid. One of you boys take it away.
Do you want to start off, Griff?
yeah. So I'm gonna go for Lasagna Diarra.
Great shout.
Good.
he was just so sick. I loved him. Like, because when he was at us,
Lass, yeah.
I just thought he was so
When he was
good.
feeling bougie and Lass on the back.
Last 10 at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where he went after us, wasn't it? Or was it?
We went to Pompey signed him from
He was
us.
at Portsmouth,
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
he?
of course he did. And they
Yeah.
won the what's it called? Didn't they with him?
FA Cup, was it? No.
Yeah, FA Cup. Yeah, I just thought it was quality. I remember really liking him when he played for us, and then him going to Pompey, really good because we got him from Chelsea, didn't we?
Yeah, we got him from deadline day.
Yeah,
I suppose, him played for Chelsea, went to Arsenal. Like, it's obviously a big move, but even that reason alone is he should be up there.
yeah.
But it was strange because wherever he played for Arsenal, he was good.
Yeah.
And then he played for us for like 6 months, remember his season, and we just sold him to Portsmouth.
Yeah, I don't think we got particularly anything for him either, did we? I know
No.
like, we never really do, but like...
I know
Yeah.
Pompey got a lot from him, didn't they? Got like
Yeah.
30 mil, I think, maybe 25, 30 mil,
Could be the first Arsenal player in the squad.
something like that.
Yeah.
I haven't actually got any Arsenal players, to be fair.
First and last.
I got a few.
My centre mid, my number one, two guy
Oh, yeah.
from Blackburn.
Yeah, what a player.
I put the original hard man alongside David Dunn and Robbie Savage in that
Yeah.
midfield of early 2000 Blackburn.
And he used to just score absolute thumps.
Yeah.
Loved a long range screamer. Souness bought him in from Rangers in 2001 for 1.3 mil. You'll love this stat, Jack. This comment I'm about to say. His first goal came on the 14th of October 2001 in a 7-1 home thrashing against West Ham. He scored with a trademark effort outside the box, lobbing the goalkeeper. He was just a bit of a fan favourite there because he was hard, scored goals, long hair.
And then, again, the Blackburn at that time, they were, like I said, like we keep talking about, but that little era, Blackburn, Bolton, they were Everton even, they were sort of that mid-table to fifth, fourth place. They were good signs, weren't they? And obviously Blackburn totally fell off, but
He was part of the 2002 League Cup winning final team, but unfortunately missed the final. It was against Spurs.
oh yeah,
The
the Worthington Cup.
Yeah, that was it. Two guy was named the Player of the Year in 2003-4 for Blackburn. He over 8 seasons in Premier League played nearly 300 games, scoring 13 goals, 94 caps for Turkey, and was part of the Turkish team that finished third in the World Cup.
Did he have another name, or was it just two guys?
I think it was just two guys, and we went to Galatasaray. Might have been the manager of Galatasaray at some stage.
Yeah, I do. He scored. I mean, it feels like we always say it, but he definitely scored a few against us. Some worldies. Definitely at Ewood Park.
Is he Turkish? He
Yeah.
was, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
Well, two guys, a great shout. Like I said, the lap was one of my sentiments, but obviously the one left is Tom Huddleston. This more just a personal. I mean, he won't be in the team. It's okay, but
That's a Kendall Brown thing, isn't it?
yeah, Harry, my brother, absolutely loves Huddleston. I think Harry, you'll see him Saturday, but he bases his game off Tom Huddleston, so he's criminally underrated. But his athleticism and speed was always questioned, and maybe rightly so. But yeah, he was just what a player. Technique was ridiculous. His control and first touch and passing, shooting with both feet is I don't think there's anyone as good as him. Everything else he lacked, totally, massively lacked. But his technique and his right and left foot is ridiculous. Goals against City, that like half volley where he runs onto it, hits into the corner. Goal against Chelsea at home, volleys at home against Fulham. Just ridiculous ability to score some great goals. Similar to Guy.
He scored a joke against Arsenal, didn't he?
Yes.
Was it like I was like that? How do they
Was it a
describe
half
that?
volley?
A grass cutter,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it was the left foot, I think.
In the 3-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, he didn't do it all the time. He might have scored. I might have just named every goal he scored, but it seemed like when he scored, they were a joke. So
And still playing now.
Yeah, I was about to say
he's
that.
at United.
Under 21s.
He's just a good player. That's what he's about. But yeah, he spent 8 years at Spurs. Went to Hull, played 4 times for England as well.
Yeah,
People forget.
can't knock it.
Yeah, I do love Tom Huddleston.
Yeah.
But I will take a back seat, and he's just an honourable mention, I think, against Tudguy and even Lassana Diarra, really.
Yeah.
Probably a better player than Huddleston. Just.
I personally think too, Guy. He's a bit more like he. I wouldn't say he's a Premier League great. I'm not going that far, but like he is like he's what you see on TV when you like watch highlights.
And similar like I said earlier. But when you think of like Tate says Prime Barclays, like you think of him. Like the advert, and then Tudguy just smashing one in from like 30 yards for no reason. So, yeah, I'm happy with that.
Did any of you have any others on that side of midfield?
Yeah, I had a couple.
I had.
No, I just had Huddleston and the lap.
we'll mention it after the next one in case we do it. I got another one there. So my second midfielder, I did struggle with midfielders. Of all the positions, I struggled with a bit. So this one, I went for a bit of a veteran. Is that the right word? Gaisca Mendieta.
Ooh, yeah.
from his stint at Borough. So his main career was outside the Premier League in Spain. Yeah. Played over 300 times for Valencia. Runner-up twice in the Champions League with Valencia. But he moved to Middlesbrough, I think, about 2003. And he was part of the side that won the League Cup, bringing Middlesbrough's first ever trophy. And then in 2004, he made the move permanent. Runner-up in UEFA Cup with Middlesbrough. 40 caps for Spain. And he was just a bit of a baller, wasn't he? He was obviously sort of, say, too good. He would never play there in his prime, but because where he's past his prime, a bit like when they had Juninho there.
Thanks for coming. Help us there.
He was just one of them players who was good at football that shouldn't be playing at Middlesbrough. Yeah. Like he did just suit him.
A weird deal that suddenly, like similar to Valdez. Like why is Victor Valdez playing at Middlesbrough? But there we go. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Gaisca Mendieta.
Go on, Griff. Who's your?
There's the only I couldn't tell you anything else other than Premier League years. Yeboah.
Yes. Yeah.
Just like
that one. That was a single goal that he scored. Yeah, he gets in.
He had a few, didn't he? Where he was just like volleyed it, and it just looked like he was kicking like a volleyball or something. It just flew.
Just hit it so hard all the time. Whatever he's doing. Yeah.
Funny enough, I never even knew where he played.
He's Leeds.
No, I mean like position was. He said, I have no idea.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not even entirely sure.
We'll plug him in there. He could play behind Samba.
Yeah.
Off the top head, he wasn't good, but Bolo Zenden purely on the Sunderland when they scored at Chelsea. And do you remember when Gian scored and he runs over and copies his celebration and does a stupid dance? But if you haven't seen it, go and look at it. But yeah, I'm happy with either of those picks. To be fair,
you got Zenden?
No, I've got a second one.
Oh, yeah, because you're on Delap.
Yeah, I had Huddleston and Delap. So
Zenden was a player as well.
He was good. I know he was in the Prem at Sunday. He wasn't any good, but he was at Chelsea for a bit.
I think he was at Borough as well. I think Liverpool
might have been Liverpool as well. He was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Bowler. I don't know. Left-footed, little blonde hair, little man. But I like Mendieta.
I've got a couple of others.
But yeah, go on, throw them out there.
Yeah, I've got some others as well.
Who are probably better players, but the other two that I picked first were just a bit more fun, I thought. Yeah. So obviously, I think he's probably too good to be Streets won't forget, but I've gone for Dembele.
Underrated.
Yeah, he's a good player, isn't he? Maybe too good for this team. Like, I don't know if he's because everyone
he'd be the
rates
captain.
him, doesn't he?
He'd be the captain, I think.
Yeah. And then I've done Kevin Prince Boateng as well, just because doing a career mode with him at the moment.
I loved him.
And his name's Kevin Prince Boateng. So
my other three I actually had didn't take much thought of it. One was he was quite rogue, but I really liked him at QPR. Had that, like we mentioned earlier, had that season of just signing really weird players. You might not even remember him, but Samba Diakite.
Yeah.
Number 2 he was centre midfield, but he scored a banger against Arsenal once, and I remember just signed him with FIFA because of that. And the other honourable mentions I've got is Oscar.
Chelsea Oscar.
Yeah,
he was very good.
Yeah.
And Alano.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was like City's when they first got their money, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like the Alano era. And like Joe, was it Joe up front?
Yeah, Joe. Yeah. I've got Joe was another one of my semi picks.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty to choose from. Do you want to stick with your original one, or do you want to throw out another one?
I'll stick with Mendieta if people want to. Or
Griff, you got any objections?
No, I'm fine with that. I only did Yeboah just purely to say Yeboah.
Goal, yeah. Mendieta's good, very good player.
Mendieta is very good.
Slot him in there nicely. I'll start with left mid. I hope there's a few in there that, well, 2 of you have got him, but I've gone for Morn Gamps Pedersen.
The other side, I had him.
Oh, it's fine. 2004, 2013. When he saw his white frosted tips, sock tape, and that left foot line up a set piece, it was over. It was already done. Yeah. So, 300 appearances for Blackburn. Yeah, Pedersen for me. Just a joke of a player.
He was very good, wasn't he?
Yeah. Another left-footed. That obviously I'm left-footed, but I just love a nice cultured left foot. Yeah. Gamps Pedersen, similar era with Tudgai and that sort of side, but very good player.
very similar in stature to Hatem Ben Arfa as well. When you think of the term, that's one of your
a little bit
go-tos.
silky, a little bit stylish. Yeah.
So I had 3 on the left-hand side. Griff, you're like the first one. Well, not my actual pick, but I did pick. I wanted to mention Alexander Hleb.
What a guy! He was in
A
the
cult
news the
hero.
other day.
He was so decent, so good. Tomasz Rosicky was another one.
Is that just because they go at Spurs, or?
No, he was just a
He was
baller.
so
He was
good.
such an underrated, a completely different player to Dembele, but one of them players that I think only really gets the real respect at the club they play for because they see him week in, week out.
Yeah.
He was so good. If it wasn't for his injuries, he would have been like top draw, like really good. But the one I chose, like I said, I got a theme on my left-hand side with Olivier Bernard, was Laurent Robert. As early as 2000, I remember really liking him as a kid. I also like the fact that he's got my name and my dad's name as his full name. I just really like doing that. And he had a hammer of a left foot, loved a free kick and screamers. I don't know if you can remember, Jack,
Spurs.
but he scored 2 absolute rockets against Spurs.
He did.
French, just looked a pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
To
be fair on that, I don't like a lot of these players. When they scored, it was just screamers. Like he didn't score like 20 goals and loads of tap-ins. It was just like 5 a season maybe, but they were belters.
But I picked him, and then I picked Olivier Bernard off of that because I know they had a good little connection down that left-hand side. But it's just volleys and screamers he used to score. I know he scored a lot of goals against Spurs, so I thought, can't put him in. And yeah, that was my pick.
I like it.
Yeah, so going on to like speaking about Arsenal players, I kind of got rid of them because I wouldn't say they were streets won't forget. It's more Griff won't forget sort of thing. That's kind of
what a comment that is. That's getting clear.
Griff won't forget.
Like I had like this is actually in centre midfield, but I scrapped them out. Was like Denilson and old Coquelin, but
Diaby as well.
Oh, Diaby
could have been in that team.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think
he
he
was
played
not-
enough games though, does he?
No.
But I've kept this Arsenal player because I really liked him when he was with us. I've gone for Benayoun.
Yossi Ben
Well, I
Ayew.
did not expect
Yeah.
to cut
I
your
did-
lips.
I just thought he was so
I
good.
think you had Arshavin
Yeah.
just on the tip of your tongue.
I had him on the other side, but
Yeah.
crossed him out as well.
Yossi Ben Ayew. Oh, what a player.
And he played for... Yeah, that was a question, wasn't it?
He was Yossi Ben Ayew was the original teaser.
He was,
He
yeah.
was the original teaser.
He
He's
played
got a
for
hat trick in the Premier League, the Champions League, and the FA Cup.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yossi
there-
Ben Ayew.
Yeah.
Left mid is tight.
Yeah.
Gams Pedersen,
Yeah.
Ben Ayoun, and Laurent Robert is...
The other honourable mention I had was, like you said, early City was Martin Petrov.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And was it still Ian Petrov? Was he Bolton or
No,
Villa
Villa.
or...
Villa, yeah.
Even him. Oh.
So I had 3 other left midfielders, I suppose, and I had but I crossed them all out because they just weren't Ben Ayew. I went.
Who were they?
Won't forget.
Well, to be fair, one of them's definitely better than Ben Ayew. Mate, probably. To be fair, probably all 3 are. But I've gone for Balassi,
Oh, but I love Balassi.
Payet, and then Damien Duff.
Damien
Duff was a
Yeah.
baller.
That's a huge shout. Yeah, Balassi, I thought about Balassi, but he just, a bag of skills and a bag of tricks.
I love
Yeah.
Balassi. But like I said, the
F2 free
the
time.
bar is high on this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that first 3, I'm not backing down from Pedersen. So
I will go. I'll put my stake on Pedersen because I think we need to have a quote unquote goat of,
yeah.
and he's one of them names like we didn't put Ben Arfa in for other reasons because
Yeah.
but I think we need.
Yeah, 'cause he's
I,
got a
for
threat.
my personal opinion, I think we need to put a hallmark. He's
Yeah.
one of them players that
Classic.
everyone has him in the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like Pedersen
I had
a lot.
Pedersen on my other side, so I'm happy
Well-
with him. And also, you'll see later, but it also fits in quite well with what
Yeah.
I'm going for.
Again, the way you're talking, Griff, Pedersen left foot, set pieces,
Yeah.
the lap on a throw. We're
Yeah.
dangerous side. Dangerous side. Strikers. Anyone want to start us off?
Oh God! So I had a few.
Yeah, I had quite a few.
What I'll do is I'll mention my 2 strikers,
Yeah.
and then at the end, let's do this actually.
Go on.
Should we mention
The
one
mentions.
striker each, and then go around again,
Yes, and then see.
and then pick a partnership.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Let's pick a partnership that works.
Yeah.
Let's
So
do
do we all have 6 strikers then? We've gone for. Or
I've
No,
got
I've
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 8.
Oh really? I've got 3 down, but I'd like you said, do one each.
Sorry,
and
not 8.
yeah.
I've got
and
12.
Second time. 12.
Well, not 12 names,
Yeah.
but I've got 12 names,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I've picked 2.
Right. Yeah. Go on and take. You start us off.
Number 1 I went for was Amir Zaki
Oh yes.
from Wigan. Played 1 year at Wigan, and I remember in his first 10 games got 8 goals. And you were like, who is this guy that Steve Bruce has signed from the Egyptian league? Like, is he the new Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Like, he was banging in goals, and they weren't just, sounds stupid, they weren't just goals. They were really, and they weren't just like lucky, they were such good goals. He scored an overhead kick against Liverpool, and then he scored 2 goals at Liverpool, and that took him to the top goal scorer. So it was like 10 games in. I'm like, who is this guy? And then I actually think he went to African Cup of Nations, came back, and then scored 2 goals in the remaining 29 games. So in total, he ended up with 10 goals in all season. But he went off like a rocket. I don't know what.
Did he
what
play
they're
again
saying.
or, like after that season?
He then went to Hull because Wigan got relegated. I think maybe they stayed up that year, but he went to Hull and was just
Crap.
he was Amir Zaki, like crap. Yeah.
He was what he should have been.
But there was a famous quote that Dave Whelan said after like 10 games. It was like, when you look at this, I got the exact quote here. When you look at this lad and he's built, he's got the same confidence and got the same ability as Alan Shearer.
Oh my god. Dave Wheeler. Man.
After 10 games, and then he's got 2 more goals.
I like it.
But he was my first pick. Griff, do you want to go next?
Yeah, so my first pick, I've gone for Eduardo da Silva.
Was he in the Arsenal?
Yeah.
The leg break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have won the league if it wasn't for that.
Oh right. Yeah.
So good. I got him on the back of my top, and I've got like a terrible record when I get players on the back of my top. Remember getting it, and then after, old snap.
Yeah.
But yeah, unreal player. Never really found his form after that. I think he had a decent career after. I think he went back to, because he was Croatian, but he had like Brazilian heritage and everything. But yeah, he went back to Zagreb after that, and did all right there. But yeah, one season, well, half a season, he was unreal for us.
That partnership with Adebayor was a joke, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll mention one now. I nearly put Adebayor down, but because he was ridiculous for Arsenal. He used to always score against Tottenham, and he obviously played for Spurs, went to City, and or whatever way it went round, went to City, went to Spurs, and was a very good player. But my nomination, again, similar to a Pedersen, similar to a Ben Arthur, but I've gone Michu just for that 2012-13 season. Scored 18 goals for Swansea. That iconic celebration where he, like, I don't know what it's called, but takes
do
it
that at
down.
nights out all the time.
The hand to the ear, and like you sort of shake it, pretend you've got something in your hand, whatever. And
Diamante Camry did that as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that season, he just fell off the face of the earth and never got close to repeating that 1 year. But like you said, I just remember, was it QPR away or something? I can't remember if he scored a hat trick or something.
Yeah, the first game of the season, they won 4-0.
Yeah, and he was just a joke. And yeah, that one season he was brilliant.
He scored
So,
3
yeah.
against Arsenal that year as well. I remember they beat us 2-0 at the Emirates. Scored
And
twice.
he just like, so if you look at him, like, he was left-footed, quite large, like he was a centre forward, just didn't really make sense. But he was that season he was very, very good.
Because that was like Rodgers, wasn't it? When he was at Swansea, wasn't it? And they got quite high up, didn't they? They didn't.
Yeah,
They won the League Cup that year, didn't they?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good.
it,
One of the leagues. And they had De Guzman, do you remember him? Scott Sinclair, Leon Britton.
Leon Britton when that was like his prime.
Just sort of a right back now.
Angel Rengo.
Yeah,
I knew he nearly got a mention because his name was a joke, but
Michel Vorm,
yes,
Spurs legend.
Yep, when he was good. They
Um,
had a good side. But I mentioned their side in a bit, but yeah, for me, Michu was one of the strikers. Yeah,
do you want to mention your second striker?
second striker. I'll be surprised if you don't have him, but in your long no, Kevin Davis.
No,
I
No.
That's
I
you
haven't.
don't. Though.
Oh, I thought because of the Bolton, you were talking about Bolton earlier. Yeah, he played for Southampton, Blackburn, predominantly remembered at Bolton, Sam Allardyce. That era again, like sort of Campo. What was the right midfielder you said?
Stelios Yiannopoulos.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that side, he was just Kevin Nolan. He was just part of it. 88 Premier League goals. He's like one of the top 40 or whatever it is in the Prem. Over 440 games in the Prem. 99 yellow cards, which is joint third highest on record.
Wow.
605 fouls, which is second in
I knew he used to love a foul.
in the all-time stats. Yeah, he's just a dirty, horrible physical player. Set a record in 2009, 2010 of 120 fouls in a season, and then beat that record in the 10-11 season with 121 fouls.
Do you reckon he just tried at the end there?
Yeah, he just wanted that extra one to bar someone over. And then, his highest return was 12 goals in the league, but yeah.
And he played for England once, didn't he?
Possibly, I'm not sure. I don't know. I know after that he went to Preston, struggled in the Football League, but yeah, he just had an oddly shaped head and was awful, just disgusting player, physical and all the rest of it. But yeah, Kevin Davis, bit of a goat.
It was at West Ham, wasn't it, as well? Was that?
Nolan wasn't about Kevin Davis.
Yeah, I'm getting the two mixed up, yeah.
So yeah, I've gone Kevin Davis.
I like that shout. Griff, do you tell us your other striker?
Yeah, so it's a funny one, this one, because I think I'm doing it more off the performance that got him the move, which I can't remember if it was Euros or the World Cup. I've gone for Pavlyuchenko.
Roman, yeah. Go on. Go on. I'll help you.
I really wanted us to sign him because you signed him when you signed him was when we signed Arshavin, I think.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, I'm not that fussed about Arshavin. And then obviously you got him, we got Arshavin, and it kind of worked out in the end. But I really liked him. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
And then obviously he went to you lot. And
he was, like you were saying, but he was like, I didn't know at the time. I didn't really know until recently, but he was tipped to be the next best thing, wasn't he? But didn't quite work out.
Roman Pavlyuchenko. He's got a few bangers, isn't he? I remember a free kick in Europa League, was it, or UEFA Cup at the time. Last game of the season against Birmingham, one in the top goal.
Yeah, he's got a few. He wasn't. I try to think now. He's 10, 11 goals maybe a season at best, but he scored a couple. A Champions League qualifier against Young Boys our first year in it, and he scored away. But yeah, he was alright. We remember him Pavlyuchenko. He was alright, but not. I know he always tried and always worked hard, but just wasn't that good. Didn't really score a lot of goals. So
arguably like a cult hero, maybe.
Yeah, a bit of a fan favourite, but not quite there.
Yeah. I've actually gone for another Russian as well. Pavel Pogregriap.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Fulham.
Fulham.
Yeah.
So Fulham, they signed him on deadline day, January 31st, 2012, and then he signed on a contract to the end of the season. He scored in his debut against Stoke, and in the following game he scored again, and then in his third game, then he scored against QPR. That's 2 in the trot. His third game, then scored the perfect hat trick against Wolves. So he had 5 goals in his first three games for Fulham. And that made him the quickest player ever to reach 5 goals in Premier League history at the time.
Oh, really? Hart must have done that already.
Yeah, still hard a bit. And then the next game he got injured, and then was out for a month. Bear in mind, he was there for 6 months. And then he scored, when he came back from injury, he scored 1 more game, but he ended up playing 12 games in total and scored 6 goals in them 12 games. Fulham got relegated, I believe, because obviously he got injured, they got the goals. Reading then went and signed him, they got promoted. And was absolutely shite. And I don't think there was 2 years, and I don't think he even scored 6 goals.
I don't actually remember him playing 1 minute, but I do know. I know the name.
I remember him in the Kappa white shirt.
Yeah, tight. It was tight fit, wasn't it?
Big old boy, wasn't he?
John Arnrisa as well.
Yeah,
we could have picked him out. He was left back.
He actually, I had him originally as left back.
Yeah,
but obviously Baines comes first.
So some of the other names I'll go through. I had Roque Santa Cruz. Often gets to Giovanni from Hull.
Yes, he was like a free kick merchant for 2 games. Yeah, wasn't he?
Against Arsenal and Spurs.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, weird.
Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
Mikel Forsell.
Nice.
Do you remember him at Birmingham?
We have a weird Scandinavian.
Another player who was at Chelsea for 6 years, but never played for him. Jelevic.
Yes.
Tunchai Sanley. He was
he
at Borough.
Borough, yeah.
I loved him.
Right, weirdly enough, I know our listeners probably don't even play FIFA, but all these sort of players, you just have they just scream non-rare gold at me. Tunchai, 77 overall, but quite good. Just a solid little player.
And then these two that were close, they would make a good partnership, to be fair. Big John Carew.
Oh, I nearly put him in, yeah.
And obviously one of the Papis Demba Cisse.
Yes. He scored an absolute joke of a goal at Chelsea, didn't he? Yeah, no, very good.
The only reason I didn't go for Papasise is because I think you have to have him with Demba Ba, haven't you? So
Demba Ba was so good.
They come as a pair, don't they?
Demba ruined it by going to Chelsea as well. Just ruined everything about him.
Griff, you got any more for your list?
Yes, I've got 4 left. I've gone Benjani for one of them.
Nice.
Iconic celebration.
Legend, yeah.
Andy Johnson.
Yep.
Great shout.
Mark Viduka.
Good pass.
And maybe my favourite out of the remaining 4. Like, I'm happy with my top 2, but last one, Okazaki.
Oh, I was going to mention him actually. Okazaki,
Yeah, this workhorse. I think he'd be good in this team as well because,
Okazaki.
Griff really thinks it's going to happen.
Yeah.
He's like, right, we're playing this weekend, lads. You've got to have a good time.
Okazaki was a player, wasn't he?
Yeah, he worked
for like
well
1 year, wasn't he? He was really good.
Yeah.
I've only got Michu and Kevin Davis, and I've got a little mention of Alvaro Negredo because he played for City basically one season, 2013-14, and in that season he scored 23 goals in all competitions up until December, and then didn't score after January. Won the Premier League with him, won the League Cup with City, and he spent a period at Middlesbrough, but I just thought he deserved a little mention. 23 goals in less than a year, half a year or whatever.
And scored an absolute worldie against Spurs. And he nutmegged Michael Dawson with like a Bergkamp X-turn and slapped it in the corner.
And he was nicknamed the Beast, so yeah.
Didn't they have like Dzeko and...
yeah, they had a few. That was like young Aguero.
Yeah, Aguero had started,
Jesus Navas, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. No, right.
And on the strike as well, your list reminded me earlier, but Johan Elmander.
Oh.
You know the goal he scored,
against
the
Wolves.
goal, when he like similar to the Bergkamp, but a very nice goal.
When you were talking about FIFA earlier, it reminded me of you remember Franco Di Santo?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just always had him in my team for some reason.
Chelsea boy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We never really made it at Chelsea, but
And then he went to Wigan with my man Hugo Rodallega.
Oh boy,
What a player!
And they had old Figueroa left back.
They're a good little side with Martinez in charge, aren't they? Random old
Palacios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put on Kevin Davis has to go in for me.
I was gonna say between your two, I was gonna go Michu has to go in.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we had Michu, Kevin Davis from you.
Yeah.
I had Pavel Pogniak and I can't remember the other one. I struggled with a striker. With actually and Amizaki. I'm happy to put both of them on the bench. Like not
fine.
And your two were again, sorry?
Eduardo and Pavlyuchenko, so I'm quite happy. I don't think they really fit the system potentially. I mean, Eduardo's got a bit of class in he.
We had a good old list, so we can totally change it up. But
maybe
I'm
on
happy
the bench.
with one of definitely Michu or Kevin Davis.
I'm happy with both of your pairs. You put
That's
them
a
in.
good old. That's a good old partnership, isn't it? Michu's a bit skillful, bit of class. Neither are very quick, but Kevin Davis target, and Michu's obviously a big man, but.
If I'd done more notes on John Carew, I would argue John Carew more.
Yeah, John Carew could have been in there,
but
I nearly had him. But I like.
He wasn't a pick, so.
Yeah.
And Kevin Davis is he's a bit like he's got the. How do I describe it? The Brexit FC vibe. A bit like Delap. Imagine Delap. Delap to him.
Into his fucking, dolphin head. Yeah. Oh. There's a video if you type in Kevin Davis on YouTube, goals don't come up, skills don't come up. There's a tackle he does within the first 5 seconds against Liverpool. He just launches himself at whoever's playing centre back and slides in. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Davis and Michu. Yeah.
Let's lock it in.
Very good, very good.
We got to get someone from the Reebok. I love the Reebok.
Yeah, that Bolton era. That's a pod on its own. That team. Allardyce, JJ Kocher.
Koch never even got mentioned, did he?
No, and he's a typical name, but I like our selections. They're a bit right.
Elwes Juve.
Yeah, Elwes Juve, very good.
I think a Koch is too good to be in the streets.
Yeah, agreed. He's probably slightly too good.
Right. So, do you want to start off with? So let's run through the team. Sorry, quickly again. So, Anthony Amy in goal.
Yeah.
Seamus Coleman right back.
Yep.
Centre-half partnership of Chris Samba and Alex. Leighton Baines left back. Left mid, Morten Gamps Pedersen.
Yep.
In the middle of the park, we've got Geiska Mendieta and Tugai. On the right, we've got the pacey Rory Delap. And up top, finished with Kevin Davis and Michu.
That's very good. That
nice.
right side is terribly slow, but Seamus Coleman and Delap, that is like a Brexit FC right side of midfield, but right side of the pitch. Sorry.
I suppose that's what we've got the bench for, isn't it? So.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, any of those names we mentioned could make the bench, but
We need a manager to manage these boys.
yes, go on, Tate, start us off.
So I wrote down one, and I thought, no, he's a bit of a banter one. So I crossed him out, and I've gone for the person that I think should manage this team. Gus Hiddink.
Yeah.
I did not expect that at all. Go
2 stints in charge at caretaker as a caretaker at Chelsea. Won the FA Cup in his first stint, and he's adored by all Chelsea fans because obviously he's always done a good job there. And as soon as they ever had a problem, Roman would ring up his mate Gus, even though he was always managing Russia for like 10 years. Would come in, do a job for 6 months, and then leave. And he was just a really nice bloke. The only other one I had on the side was Joe Kinnear. Well, I thought he was so bad.
Yeah, he's not
But
I like Hiddink.
Joe Kinnear was funny just from that. Was it in Zumbia he called him?
Yeah,
He calls it Zogbia.
Yeah.
He just signed him. as well.
Zogbia's another. He
Yeah.
could have been mentioned. A good player.
Originally it was Joe Kinnear, but no, I had to go to Gus Hiddink.
I like it. Go on, Griff. Who's your mention?
I mean, we're definitely not going to go for what the guy I've picked. Like, you'll go, what? So I've gone for David Wagner.
Why?
Oh, I thought it'd be like an old school manager. That's just like so weird. Go on.
David Wagner.
Like, the other managers are old school, but this one I
Yeah.
just thought, you know what, no one's going to have said it, so I'm going to go for it. But Huddersfield, like, Eduardo, basically, he got him up, and he kept him up for a season. Obviously, he didn't go very well after that, but again, it's just a bit of fun, isn't he? Like,
No,
I don't think he's going to be the one that we need for this team, but I just thought he deserved an honourable mention.
Yeah, I've got 2 mentions. My pick. I'll start my pick who I think should be nominated, but I've gone with Ian Holloway.
Yes.
That's the other guy I had.
But then, like, I'll explain it all and then I'll say why I don't think he should get, which sounds stupid. But anyway, finishing the playoff spot with Blackpool in 2010. They won the playoffs, got into the Prem 2010-11 season. First time they reached the top flight in 40 years. Holloway didn't know any other way to play. They played that front foot style, passing, possession football, all the rest of it. But he'd done it before the likes of Swansea, even Bielsa's Leeds, even Martinez at Wigan, who he mentioned. And again, he went toe-to-toe with the big boys, but he done it with a side with the likes of Stephen Craney, Marlon Harewood, Gary Taylor-Fletcher,
DJ Campbell.
Yeah, DJ Campbell, Ian Everett at centre-back. Like, just a god-awful side, but he just thought, sod it, that's all. The only way I know how to play. They started the season, was it at Wigan? I think they won like 3-0 or 4-1 or something. They battered them. Everyone's like, oh, decent little side here, but yeah, they end up getting relegated. So yeah, I had Ian Holloway, and then mentions of Neil Warnock. Goat, absolute goat.
Put him in there.
Yeah, a footballing goat, and Felix Magath from his stint at Fulham. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
There's a story. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm pretty sure your centre back, Hangeland, that he got injured, and Felix Magath told him to go to bed and put like a cold fish on his leg and like sleep with something. I don't know what was going on, but basically, and I've heard a story as well. Is it Steve Sidwell told a story when he was at Fulham that they got beat or whatever on a away game, got beat comfortably, got smashed, and they were all like laughing and joking about it. And then the day of or the night of, McGaff's taken them back to the training ground, got them off the coach, and just stood them on the pitch, and in their positions like Sidwell centre field, and they just stood still, and he wasn't saying nothing, and they were just like whatever they were doing. Everyone was like, "What is going on here? What is this bloke all about?" But yeah, a bit of a freak, not a very good manager, but yeah, Felix.
I remember hearing that story somewhere.
Yeah.
With that Hangeland thing, was he the one that left it on overnight and had like frostbite or something stupid?
Possibly, because I know. Yeah, he told him to go to bed with whatever on his under his duvet. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, just a weirdo, and that was mine. But yeah, Holloway, Warnock, and Felix again.
I also had Pulis, and I didn't have Harry Redknapp, but I think Harry Redknapp would do quite well with this team.
Yeah, he's a classic, and he's a bit of a probably is a bit of a streets won't forget manager, I suppose. Like, he was wheeler dealer and talked a good game, didn't he?
Just needs to bring in
Rosie the
Cranchars.
dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cranchar. I nearly thought about Cranchar as well, but I didn't want to go too Spurs. So
Yeah.
manager, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Conte?
Conte, yeah. Nah, leave him alone. He's had a rough week. Leave him alone.
I'm not fussed with big pick. I quite like Gus. I won't lie.
Yeah. The fact he won stuff as well. Like Holloway, all right, he got promoted and then he went straight back down. Wagner's probably a better option than any of my picks because he actually kept Huddersfield.
Mini Klopp, wasn't he?
Yeah.
The weirdest thing about Wagner was he was the first manager that came to mind. Like, which like
out of all the years, all the teams, yeah, so true. That's a weird.
He's a Norwich manager now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. It must have been something like that. I must have just subconsciously seen him
because he's recent. But
yeah,
to be fair, Gussening, out of all the players we've gotten, an actual good manager. Considering you could have got.
Did he manage any of these players? I'm trying to think.
Alex, no.
Alex, yeah, you would have managed Alex. Yeah, you won the FA Cup with Alex.
Oh, there we go. Then. Rekindle that relationship.
Does that make him captain then?
Or we have to make the decision. And penultimate, we've picked a kit, haven't we?
I've got a mention of a couple kits, but mine are very Tottenham biased because I struggled massively. But go on,
Are they skin tight Kappas?
No. Although I did used to have the purple Kappa with like Thompson on the front. And it was obviously, purple and Postiga on the back, number 8.
I remember your brother told a fantastic story when he came on.
Oh, yeah.
About how you got the kit and it was too big and you were crying.
Yes, that was the story of my life.
Was that the kit?
Yeah, it was that one. But for some reason, me and Harry both got purple Postiga. So
what used to really annoy me about them Spurs kits was it would be tight at the neck, but at the back, it would have like a chunk cut out of the back.
They were terrible. They were terrible.
That little chunk cut out. It was that era. I'm looking at it on the wall there. That era there with the the half and half kit you had for one game.
Yes.
The anniversary kit.
Yeah.
It was
the season before. The season before is the white Thompson. I had purple Thompson. Yeah. Bad news.
Oh, I've actually printed off my pictures of my kits, so you can see.
The Chelsea one's nice. Who's at top?
Bolton. So that's the prime Bolton team.
Yeah.
I've gone for a 2-guy kit because that was nice. But that Chelsea kit, just aesthetically, it's the away kit 2003-04. It's all white with the blue and the 2 shades of blue down the middle. So that was a really nice kit of that era. But I'd put my money on the Bolton home kit. Reebok, double Reebok, because it's Reebok across, Reebok at the top, couple of Bolton players in the team. I'd go.
I'll just say mine quickly. My 2 mentions were Spurs home kit 16-17 because for me, Under Armour, it was not a nice kit necessarily, but we won 17 at home and drew 2 games at home that season. So, it was Harry Kane. It was just a prime time for Tottenham, Pochettino. And then, my 17-18 away kit for Spurs, the plain navy, was a nice looking one. But because that's like we said about the purple kit, that's the only kit I've bought since God knows when.
Was that when you the Dele Alli season, his first season?
Possibly 17-18.
Sounds. Well, Leicester must win the league that year.
Oh, yeah.
Or was it 15-16? They won the league 15-16, Leicester.
17-18. We weren't, obviously good, but yeah, it's a nice away kit, but I'm happy to go elsewhere.
Griff?
Looking at your Blackburn kit, I also had that, but I had the Lonsdale.
Lonsdale. Get it in, or I don't even care what it looks like. Get it in.
How funny is that? But I had the Bet24 one, or Bet24, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I had that one as mine, and then the other one. The main reason I've picked it, and I do quite like it actually. I think it's quite a nice one. I saw it on eBay the other day, so I was going to buy it, but I lost a bidding war, so I didn't get it. And the main reason I think of this kit is because of the film Goal.
What a shout!
Northern Rock, Newcastle.
Yes, the gold. Was it gold?
It was like black and white.
But I mean, the gold. Rock,
yeah. Oh, so nice. But they had like a grey away kit, which was really nice as well.
Yes,
yes. Oh,
the V-neck grey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm putting. We're going for a home and away kit, Newcastle.
Yeah. So
I didn't get my 2 Newcastle players in, so we're going to take the kit.
Yeah, the kit's very nice.
Yeah, goal. We should have mentioned Santiago Nunes.
Funny.
And Gavin Harris.
Yeah, Gavin Harris is a baller.
Because don't they do something? Oh no, he plays for like Mexico in the second film, doesn't he, or something like
Real
that?
Madrid's second
goes-
film, and the third one he plays for Mexico.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
In the World Cup. He breaks his leg though, and he's in hospital. The whole film's in hospital.
Oh.
Imagine Gavin Harris playing for Real Madrid.
Although, yeah, Tate's got some images, and the Chelsea one's actually quite nice. With the blue, is it blue and black or blue?
Blue. It's 2 shades of blue.
Yeah. But yeah, Newcastle shouts. Great
Yeah,
shout.
no, I like that.
Yeah. Also, I don't want Chelsea's kit.
No. Yeah. No, it's good. I'm happy with Newcastle home and away. I mean, we only went for one, but I'm happy to go home and away with Newcastle.
No, I love that. Did we want to do a bench at all? Do we want to pick 3 players from players that we didn't get? Should we pick 1 player each from our picks?
Yeah, let's do it from the players we maybe didn't quite.
So
get
we'll
in
pick 1 player to go on the bench.
there. Yeah.
Let me run through mine quickly, or we have a quick look. I'm going to go for a striker. Do we do 1 striker, 1 midfielder, 1 defender?
I'm just gonna go 1 player because I haven't
Yeah.
got many like maybes, whatever. So I'll just go with 1.
I'm going to put in John Carew.
Shout, great shout. We're a very physical side. Not sure if Hiddink plays that way, but he's gonna have to now.
Have you got stadium in mind? The Reebok.
I've got a few. I'll go get onto that. But my pick, I'm gonna get my Spurs player in there, Tom Huddleston.
Yep. Let's whack him in.
I'm gonna go for Ben Ayew.
Yossi.
Yeah.
He that left midfield selection.
Yeah.
Was strong.
Yeah.
Because I think he could come on for Delap.
Change it up. We go.
Yeah.
Change it up. Yeah.
Or we put Delap back in
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah. Delap could stand the pitch.
Just on the sideline.
He'd go right back. Whatever. That is
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I like that.
Stadiums. First one that comes to mind is Craven Cottage.
Yeah.
You're Fulham.
Yeah, Fulham's Craven Cottage. Maybe not now with their new stand, but yeah, the old school tiny little tin shed, but yeah, nice old ground.
We went a couple of years ago, didn't we?
Mm.
When we met Big Boy.
We met Warrior.
Yeah. Yeah.
Loyal's flag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been a few times to see Spurs, and for some reason I went to like Fulham versus Derby or something. It was like 0-0.
Yeah.
Terrible game of football, but yeah, Craven Cottage for me. Griff, you got any stadiums that come to mind?
Craven Cottage was what I was actually going to go for. I want to say Selhurst, but it's only because everyone says how good it is. Like, I mean, it's not nice, but it's like good atmosphere and everything. Like, and it's one of the OGs, isn't it? I suppose in the Prem.
Mine would be the Reebok, just the whole the Alalos era, the kit, and the James Brown music. As soon as it, and it was, as an away fan, it was just horrific, like wet, cold, and you're just listening to that, and it's just.
I would say as well, similar idea at Blackburn when they were in the Prem and doing bits. Ewood Park.
Ewood Park was hard, yeah.
I don't want to say it, but Upton Park as well was like.
We don't mention them inside the bunker, mate.
Won't be allowed back in next time.
I mean, the bowling when they decided to leave, everyone called it the bowling ground. But yeah, Upton Park, as it's called. Yeah, it's a good shout. But I don't mind the Reebok. A little bit of Bolton in there.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, go on. Bolton haven't got much going on, have they? So
let's
give it to them.
Hasn't it been called something horrific now these days? It gets
it's
changed.
like University of Bolton Stadium.
No, it's even worse now.
Is it?
Yeah, Google what it's called. It's actually called something rude, I think. Like, if you read it quickly.
Yeah.
I saw something online about it. And just full on Reebok. Have you got it up?
It says the University of Bolton Stadium, but I might be wrong.
It might sound stupid. I think it was called something like the Hardwood Stadium.
Something ridiculous.
Something inappropriate like that.
What about the DW? That's
DW.
or the was it JJB?
It was JJB, yeah.
Yeah, classic.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that there was a name change, or they're gonna change the name of
It
it.
was Reebok, and then it was the Macron Stadium, and then it was University of Bolton Stadium.
What's the JJB now?
DW, I think.
Is it DW? Yeah.
Dave Whelan.
Yeah. Because JJB went bust, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on my mind basically.
So
Sports Direct.
Yeah.
So should we have a recap?
Yeah, have a little run through.
Yeah.
Recap. So we'll go back to the beginning of the show, and we've got Anthony Amy in sticks. Right back, Julian Faubert. Centre half of Breda Hangland and Chris. No, sorry, not. Oops. Centre backs of Chris Samba and Alex. Left back, Leighton Baines. Left midfield, Morten Gamps Pedersen. With a midfield duo of Gaisca Mendieta and Tugai. That's very naughty and nice, isn't it?
It's very balanced.
Just like to say, I like how you sneaked in Faubert there. I thought we went for Carl.
Oh, did I? Okay, sorry, I'm reading my list of issues. Sorry, let's start again. Apologies. I wish I could edit this out, but Anthony Amy in goal. Seamus Coleman, Chris Samba, Alex, Leighton Baines, Morten Gamps Pedersen. Now back to where we were. Gaisca Mendieta and Tugai.
Yeah.
Rory Delap as our right midfielder, and up top we went for Kevin Davis and Michu, with a bench of John Carew, Tom Huddleston, and Yossi Benayoun.
That's a good bench.
Managed by
Gus
Hiddink in the Bolton kit at the Reebok Stadium.
Yeah. Newcastle's kit.
Newcastle's kit. So
Yeah.
I've done it again.
I have to go again.
The Newcastle's
home
kit.
away.
Let me just drop that down. So apologies if you can hear my paper going around. I've got so many bits of
That's
paper.
it. The left side, the Baines and Gamps Pedersen.
Newcastle
It's a
goal
joke.
kit. I'm going to write down so we have that sorted out.
Looks like we're going to be sending a lot of texts tonight then.
What a team!
The left side, I'm just Baines and that is a
unreal.
joke.
There's a lot of free kicks there, isn't there?
Oh,
a
A lot of options.
choice,
We can play some half decent football, but also just pump it long.
Yeah.
One,
Get it in the box.
one last thing to pick. Who's your captain?
Oof. At that side, that starting 11.
Kevin Davis was captain for Bolton, wasn't he, for a bit?
Yeah, he was. Leads from the front, but mine, it's got to be, for me, a centre midfielder or a centre back.
I agree.
Mendieta.
Mendieta, Tugai, Samba, or Alex.
Two guy.
I'm a big fan of like picking your best player as your captain, so Baines is my pick.
True. Cultured left foot.
Baines captain.
I want to go, I think two guy.
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
Tugai.
Centre midfielder.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I like it.
Baines vice.
Yeah, Baines, yeah, he's the vice captain, second in command, but yeah, I like it. Two guy captain.
He's still at Everton. Baines is like, is he on the coaching staff?
I don't
know.
He might be.
don't
He
know.
was at one point, wasn't he? Because he was going to take over when what's his face got sacked.
He did have some caretaker games, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember. Like, I don't think it was just him. I think it was him and another.
I'm pretty sure he had some caretaker games,
Yeah.
didn't he? When Benitez got sacked.
Says here that his managerial career, Everton under 18s from 2022 to now. So, like, he's still in that
cool.
job. So
Yeah, so it was him and
might be sniffing
Darren
around.
Ferguson.
Yeah, might be, yeah, probably.
Oh,
yeah.
what a play. And he played.
would have been a good pick.
He played with, like that era with the ball, 2008, 2009, the white Premier League ball, Nike ticks all over it. Oh, just zinging it with his left foot. What a player!
Lovely stuff.
We should have done that. We should have picked a ball as well.
He's only 5'7". Yeah.
My
Great,
ball.
he doesn't need height.
If we're talking non-Premier League, would be the 2002 Korea World Cup ball. That is a lit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or obviously, you got remember the silver Scorpio ball in the advert. But Premier League would be the classic. I think the first time they went to the
Sky TV.
Sky when they had the purple and yellow winter ball. Oh, it was lovely. That Nike. Oh, beautiful.
I remember Reese having that, but he bought like the proper ball, so not like the
Cheap one.
Yeah, the 10, 20 quid ones. It was like the £70 one, but like it was like, oh, we can't take it outside. It was like you can't bounce it on the ground. You'll ruin it.
Leave it on the shelf.
Yeah.
I do remember doing very similar things like that. I cried when my brother booted my ball in the bush, but scratched.
On the kit, so random, but for me, like we picked Newcastle for a nice kit, but whenever I think of the Premier League, I just for some reason I think of Arsenal, the 0-2, like the big 0-2.
Yeah.
I don't know what year that was.
2003, probably something
Yeah,
like
and United, whatever kit they had, because
Vodafone.
they just always used to win everything.
Yeah.
So
Because we went straight from 02 to Fly Emirates, didn't we?
Mm.
What is it? Emirates Flying Better or something.
Do you remember Dreamcast and then Sega. Do you remember the
Yeah,
away
Sega.
Sega kit? Oh, that gold kit was so nice.
Got a
You probably
Sega
got it,
one,
haven't you?
Yeah, I got
I've
all the
one,
kit. I got every kit
Yeah.
since 2001.
I like it.
I think that's pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Obviously we'll have to rate the beers.
Yeah, we'll give it a little bit of rain in a minute. And
How have you found the pod, Griff? Enjoyed your appearance?
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed myself, and
Good.
just like to say congratulations to you both for hosting such a good evening. And
no worries.
don't know how many episodes you on now.
It's 38.
This will be 38. Yeah,
Yeah.
doing all right.
Well,
Nearly
yeah.
there.
Well done to you both, and it shows how far you've come as well, because you managed to get a professional footballer on there as well. So yeah,
Thank you.
very
Yeah,
well
no.
done.
I actually thought you were talking about yourself then. And then,
Yeah, I was like, whoa, whoa.
then I realised what you meant.
You're going from strength to strength. It was first. It was what is it?
Professional,
Jarvis.
professional sprinter we got here.
Yeah.
Essex champion.
Yeah.
Got Harry
you've gone from
Brown,
Jarvis.
then you got Jarvis, and now you
Yeah.
got it's just constantly going up. isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, Griff. It's been
No,
good.
Thank you very much. You've been very good. Some great shouts.
Yes.
Thank you.
And those that listen, if you want to change it, or you want to tell us someone that we forgot, or you agree or you disagree, whatever, as always, let us know and message us. Try and leave comments and share it and whatever else. But yeah, something different this week with no Premier League going on. Obviously, there's Football League and international football, but we're not worried about international football unless your name's Harry Kane. But
Yeah, we'll be back next week with the review of the Premier League. We might even have a review of the Motor Neurons Charity Cup tournament.
That is the big fixture this
that
week,
is going on Saturday afternoon.
Huge day. Saturday, huge.
Obviously, there's 8 teams playing, and a lot of you listening will be there, but it's at Plume School, 12 o'clock. So make sure you come down if you wanted to come watch
Free entry.
a very high standard of football going on.
Yeah. Free entry unless you want to donate to the charity.
Yeah. It'll be good fun. Yeah, I think we'll touch on that, and maybe there might be some highlights we can talk about, some funny moments.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The winner and loser might even be from the tournament.
Yeah,
If you're playing, just don't be late.
You're playing, aren't you, Griff?
I will be.
Griff will
I'm
be there.
expecting player of the tournament at the moment. But
Yeah, you don't want to be worst player. That's all I'll say.
well, I'm hoping my hamstring's gonna carry on for me. We'll have to wait and see.
Hopefully the weather holds out as well. It doesn't look great.
Yeah, no. If you like today, it'd be bloody lovely.
Yeah,
Bloody lovely, man.
Yeah, I look forward to it, actually. It should be a good day.
you're both reffing, aren't you?
Yeah, me and Jack are the refs.
In
Got
the
the full kit out, or
yeah, possibly. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see. We have a few surprises for people anyway, so
Yeah.
it'll be good.
But we'll quickly rate the beer. Cobra, good, solid. Bit like a. It's always going to be there, isn't it? Like you said, an Indian takeaway, Cobra, you can't really go wrong. And it was cold, which is always a bonus.
Cold, large.
Yeah, big.
We haven't had a pint down here for
we've
for a
been
while.
sober pod for for a good few weeks, and probably correct thing to do. But we do ours. Was it out of 5 each, and then we obviously add it together. I'm going to give you a Cobra a solid 4 out of 5, which is pretty good.
I'm going to give it a 4.2 because I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it gave me a nice little boost.
So you get 8.2. So far on our list of beers, that is joint 4th, and it's out 4. So, but it's just right. It's good. As we always say,
4th.
Yeah. Well,
the aim was top 4 this season, Griff. Remember?
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
yeah. But as we get more guests, obviously, that leaderboard will sort itself out. So yeah.
Matt Jarvis didn't bring a beer to the Zoom.
Yeah, Matt Jarvis. He didn't fancy it. So.
No, again, thank you very much, Griff. You've been a pleasure to have you on. You've been fantastic, and I hope you all enjoy. Like Jack said earlier, we'll post the team on Instagram. So leave your comments who you thought we agree with, who you don't agree with, and we'll be back next week with the next episode. And Griff, if you'd like to sign us off this episode, you know the 2 words to say. Stay loyal.
Stay loyal.
Yeah. Stay loyal.
Cheers. Thanks.